also joined on the broadcast by Ram Kadam of the BJP and Mr. Kishor Tiwari of the Shiv Sena. First to Mr. Kishor Tiwari, actually. Sir, what we can in fact see is that there's a crucial meeting which has been called by the MVA, and this is a central investigative agency rather, their action. In the past also we've seen several times MVA always calls the cases an instance of political vendetta. And even in this case, that seems to be the reaction?
This is in line with the same vindicative actions done by the central agencies. Nothing will come out. But the victimization of the close relative of the chief minister is not a good precedent. And what they can do? They have only attached the properties of their building project, which has been financed by the institutes, and there are a lot of stakeholders. So they are unnecessary. They are harassing the people who are not related to the political parties, but they are close relatives of the chief minister of Maharashtra. But this action has challenged the BJP, and now the Shiv Sena will take this matter to the all common people of the Maharashtra. So this
Mr.
is
Tiwari,
their agenda.
Right, Mr. Tiwari, sorry to interrupt there, but would you still, stick to the stand that the company which the ED is investigating in this case has no connection with Mr. Thackeray's relative?
No. Patankar's company is there, but there is no hanky-panky, anything that ED can attach it. This is the extreme action has been done, and because the Shridhar Patankar is the only brother-in-law of the chief minister, that's the only thing they have been unnecessarily brought into the controversies. So this is the extremely bogus and vindicative action, and it never happened in Maharashtra. So all ED officers are only concentrating to get the Maharashtra government destabilized. They want to BJP rule in Maharashtra. That's the final, and task has been given to the central agencies. That's my charge. But now we will fight it. We will fight it out.
Right.
And all cadre and activists of the Shiv Sena will be on the road.
Let me bring Mr. Ram Kadam into the conversation at this point. Mr. Kadam, we've seen that every time such an action takes place, let's say on any MVA leader, in this case, of course, not a political person, but somebody linked to or related to Mr. Uddhav Thackeray. In that case also, we see that the BJP is once again, taking pot shots at the MVA, at Shiv Sena in particular, probably. Whereas the Shiv Sena, of course, claims this is a case of political vendetta and a constant misuse of central agencies.
See, I have heard what Shiv Sena leaders said here. See, first of all, let me tell you, this is not a political vendetta. This action is not against any particular individual or any particular party. This action or this battle is against corruption. This battle is against money laundering. This battle is for truth. And law is equal for everyone. Somebody is a relative of someone who has holding an exalted position in Maharashtra. It does not mean that the central agencies or any agencies, investigation agencies, cannot investigate the issue. Now, the Shiv Sena leaders and this Maharashtra government leaders should understand one thing, that any central agency, whether it is ED or whether it is the income tax, they cannot take action overnight. There has been a procedure that whereas they study all the documents thoroughly, they do forensic audit if it is required, and then only such kind of actions they usually take. Now, in this case, there are a clear-cut evidence against Mr. Patankar. And now what Shiv Sena or what Maharashtra government, they have been expecting that agency should not take action against him just because he is a relative of Chief Minister of Maharashtra.
But isn't it a bit premature also to jump to the conclusion that there is something, criminal, let's say, or there is something for the enforcement agencies to actually look at very seriously? This is still at an investigation stage.
Allow me to complete. without doing a study of the all document, they do not take any action which they have taken yesterday. So behind that action, there is a study of many months it took. Several officers has been appointed for the particular case, and there is a thorough investigation behind it. Then only such kind of actions happen. This is the point number one. And point number two, when everything is in black and white, there is a shell company, how they siphon the fund during the demonetization time. How can they are justifying this, they're exposed, completely they have exposed. And now it's a sheer hypocrisy that saying this is a political vendetta, they don't have faith, even in judiciary. So
Mr.
they want just because of he is a relative of somebody who is a powerful in Maharashtra, the ED should not take action against him.
We'll of course
Law
have
is
to
equal
wait
for
and
everyone.
see, Mr. Kadam, what other evidence, if at all, the Enforcement Directorate comes out with in this case. Mr. Ram Kadam, Mr. Kishor Tiwari, thank you so much for joining us on the show today on this big story that we are tracking.